December 7th, 1941. Oahu, Hawaii, 7:48 a.m. local time. 353 Japanese aircraft sweep in from the north, launched from 6 carriers positioned about 230 miles away. Within minutes, battleships explode, airfields burn. More than 2,400 Americans will die on this morning alone. But imagine one change. What if, standing in Pearl Harbor, was a U.S. commander from the year 2025, carrying the full memory of how this war unfolds? Could his knowledge rewrite history? This commander knows everything. The Japanese fleet departed Hitokapu Bay on November 26, 1941. He knows their 6 carriers, Akagi, Kaga, Soryu, Hiryu, Shokaku, Zukaku, are steaming toward Hawaii, and he knows the first wave will hit at exactly 7:48 a.m., December 7th. He knows the targets: Battleship Row at Ford Island, Hickam and Wheeler airfields, Kaneohe Naval Air Station. He knows that by 9 a.m., 2 attack waves will cripple the Pacific Fleet. More than that, he knows the entire war. Midway in June 1942, Guadalcanal in August, Iwo Jima in February 1945, and Hiroshima on August 6, 1945. With this knowledge, he could warn his superiors. Imagine, by December 6, 1941, aircraft are dispersed, anti-aircraft batteries manned, and ships moved out of line. When the first Japanese wave of 183 planes arrives, instead of finding parked aircraft, they meet flak and interceptors already airborne. Even if the commander can't stop disbelief in Washington, at Pearl Harbor he can act. He knows the exact flight path, over Kahuku Point, down the island's north shore, turning south toward Oahu's heart. He knows the second wave of 170 aircraft will follow at 8:54 a.m. Beyond that morning, his knowledge changes strategy. In 1941, the U.S. Navy still centered power on battleships. The commander knows that carriers win wars, and he can push Admiral Nimitz to prioritize USS Enterprise, USS Yorktown, USS Hornet. He knows the Japanese code system, JN-25, will be cracked at station HYPO, but he can accelerate the process, saving months. He knows Midway is coming and that 4 Japanese carriers will be lost there. With forewarning, U.S. forces could prepare an even deadlier ambush. The commander also knows the Manhattan Project, officially launched in 1942, first bomb tested July 16, 1945. Alamogordo, New Mexico. With his memory, he could tell scientists which paths to skip, which designs fail, and which succeed. The timeline of atomic weapons could shift from 4 years to perhaps 2. Imagine Japan facing the prospect of nuclear devastation, not in 1945, but in 1943. But knowledge is not magic. Convincing 1,941 generals of events not yet seen is nearly impossible. Logistics remain. Radar sets are primitive. Aircraft like the P-40 Warhawk are no match for the Zero in agility. The U.S. industrial machine is powerful, but it still needs time. And information itself is fragile. If he reveals too much, he risks being ignored as a madman. If he reveals too little, history repeats itself. So what happens? Pearl Harbor would not be a surprise. Losses could be cut in half, maybe more. Instead of 8 battleships sunk or damaged, perhaps only a few take hits. Instead of 188 aircraft destroyed on the ground, dozens might survive to fight back. In the wider war, the U.S. might push earlier into carrier warfare, shorten the Pacific campaign, and unleash atomic weapons years sooner. The war might end not in August 1945, but perhaps in 1943 or 1944. One commander cannot stop World War II, but with the knowledge of the future, he could bend its shape, saving thousands of lives and altering the path of history forever. So what do you think? Would America believe one man claiming to know the entire future? And if they did, how different would our world look today?